Well, I think all of us have got our own personal story about these things. It's quite deeply personal. In my case, I grew up in Edinburgh in Scotland. Both my parents were teachers, but they had, other professional interests as well. And my undergraduate was in history, and I guess I was adamant that I wasn't going to be a teacher. So I had, push and pull factors. And the study of tourism for me was a way of taking a different path and pursuing a different career from what was expected of me in a way. Having finished my master's, I then set off working in the industry and in a way could have continued to do that, but then an opportunity came back to go to my previous university. And bear in mind, I had no PhD this time. This was, at that stage, a master's was enough to do it. And I'd loved doing the master's thesis, but I guess had not set up on an academic path. But then having spent time in the industry, then it kind of enabled me to integrate my thinking, so maybe to overcome that idea that teaching was not such a good, and think, well, if you can also do research along with teaching, if you can do your life exploration about traveling to different places, meeting, speaking different languages, then that is an opportunity. I only later in life, through my 30s, did my PhD. So I did it part-time when I was already in a teaching role, and through that time had started to do more publications, involved in more research projects. I think it's about the pursuit of truth. I think that's the most important thing. So we all have things in the middle which can be pushing us in a particular direction, but I think we should resist alternative facts, if I can. So starting off in history, it wasn't just about data, it was about facts as well, and provable facts. So I think as scholars, we need to respect the facts and we need to pursue truth. But we also need to be very curious. My contribution has been respectful to where I started off, which was the integration between all the fields, that I'm solid in my methods, to get down to the detail, the relevance for industry, the particular circumstances. My work has been quite contextual in a way, in that I was really interested in European integration. Then when I moved to Australia, it was like the role of Australia in the Asia-Pacific region, including with the Pacific Islands. Also the emergence of Asian markets, and then moving to Hong Kong, because of being part of Greater China, that is just such a vast scale and so essential for the future of tourism. The research needs to have kind of precision accuracy, so it needs to really get down to the micro level, but at the same time the world is changing so fast, and even the role of tourism in society, geopolitics, of the role of tourism in climate change, these are all fast-moving tectonic plates that are taking place. So I think the challenge for the scholar is to be able to take the research at a meaningful level, but never lose sight of how tourism is changing in that multifaceted world. Human beings are political animals, so let's not think that data drives everything. Politicians, power, these are things which determine critical decision making, and just putting the data is not enough.